Okay, and we are live. Yeah. Fuck, what game modes do we run? Also, hello, yeah, I haven't, streams back, probably. I was really fucking busy. There's maybe it happens like one more day, but we should be streaming from now on, I think. Unless something rapidly changes, but yeah, it is what it is. You're alive? That is true, I am. Fuck, what do we run? Because this is a very important question, because, like, half of these game modes are shit. Bounty Hunt's pretty boring. Amped Hardpoint is, like, it's okay, but the issue is Titans. The issue is pretty much always Titans. I thought you died and your respawn is buffering? No, you didn't, because we talked on Discord an hour ago. Right. Fuck, let's just... I'm curious, if we just run this, what's the queue time? Does it even come up with one? Okay. It's not great looking. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, 30 minutes. Do we want to wait that long? Fuck, I don't know. That's like a pretty... that's wild. Fuck it. What we can do, because we do have some videos to watch. Do I have the thing? No. There we go. And this? Yeah. So we do have two videos. We got the Niji Sanji one and we've got the RPG one. I know which one we do. Let's just start. I'm actually curious about this. What is this? What is this person's channel, by the way? Narrative anime. RPG spells. RPG changed my life and I'm not alone. I think we're just going to watch this one for now. I'm not going to watch all of their stuff, but let's give this a go.
I designed a 117-page expansion.
I'm going to turn this up a bit.
For D&D. In 2020, I designed a 117-page expansion for D&D 5th edition.
Oh god.
It was just something for me and my friends to play. Something to make the game a bit more exciting. And after years...
Okay, fucking... Right. I'm not gonna lie. I unironically expected at least some of this to just be fucking Pathfinder. I don't know. I've seen that a bit where, like, I've seen people are trying to play D&D, and a lot of what they end up doing is, like, coming up with homebrew that is just already in other games. Pathfinder is one I've seen at least a bit. The big one I've seen it for is the critical success and critical failure when it comes to rolls, where it's not just saying nat 20 or nat 1, it's whether or not you succeed the DC by a certain level. I'm interested in how this is going to go. I'm interested in what changes that actually make, because, like, they said 470 pages. That's a ridiculous amount.
Years of playing, one of my friends said to me, "There's enough here. It could be its own game."
Okay,
Flash
good.
forward to 4 long years later. And
what I was worried about is that they were going to do this as a thing of, like, they were just going to have it be D&D Homebrew Edition. And, like, after a certain point, just make your own shit. Like, after a certain point, just make your own shit. You need to, like, yeah, if you're only changing a bit, fine, but, like, after, you don't need to constantly add to D&D. You can make your own stuff as well.
Summit is finally in view. What if there was more customization? What if you weren't stuck to a single class? What if you could respawn? What if you could design spells? What if you could spot? What if there was no maximum spells? What if there was a game where you could play anything, be anybody, no limitations, no questions asked? I'm happy to finally say it. Welcome to Utopia. I just want to say that if you would like to follow along...
The way that I'm assuming this is going to work is primarily going to be utilizing modularity. Like, that's my guess. It's like, okay, it's available for free. Before you ask about GURPS, watch this. This RPG changed my life, and okay. Like, the way that quite often people do these, like, super customizable systems is by having it be modular of, like, you can use certain things, you can use, like, this that can then be combined with all of these that can then be combined with all of these. Pathfinder does it, and the reason why I'm assuming it at least partially uses it for this is because they stated the ability to create spells on the spot, which I'm assuming is going to be some style similar to Ars Nouveau, which has the same modularity of like you can combine these different base spell components into unique stuff. So that's what I'm assuming is going to go on here. The question is, one, what is the actual depth of the modularity? And two, how much can you mix and match everything? Because they said there were no classes as well. I'm assuming it's going to be a thing of, again, modularity most likely, where there's like a bunch of different feats or whatever you could take. If we go for Pathfinder, there's a bunch of different feats. However, this time it's not like class locked. It's maybe locked behind stats or your previous feat. I'm not sure.
Grab your own character sheet or even find a copy of the book. Make sure to click the link in the description down below. It is completely free to grab. Just go ahead and download it from the website. We're all good to go. If you were to take a long look at the Utopia TTRPG character sheet before learning a single rule, it may look a bit overwhelming. In this video, I'm going to go over the main features of the game, what makes it truly unique in comparison to other mainstream games like D&D. There's a lot of features that I won't be going over: custom item design, crafting capabilities, custom spells that you can cast on the fly, all sorts of fun things to take a peek at later. I'll be focusing on the fundamentals.
Now, what I'm very interested in here is, what is this person's experience with the game? What are we watching? Somebody made their own like TTRPG system. I am watching a video on it. What I'm very curious about this is, how much experience does this person have outside of Dungeons and Dragons? Because I've seen a bit of this where like someone's talking about like making their own system, or they're like making homebrew for D&D, and it's very clearly coming from like a place of D&D as the baseline, which I guess to some degrees it is, which is honestly in my opinion a bit unfortunate. I personally think D&D like isn't really that good of a set of rules, mostly because half of it isn't a set of rules. But like that's what I've seen a lot because of just how ridiculously like dominant Dungeons and Dragons is within TTRPGs. A lot of people base like oh god, my aim right now is awful. For those wondering why this is titled Mildly Sick Gaming, it is because I am in fact mildly sick. So I'm not expecting much from myself here. I might even cut myself some slack, which would be a fucking first. What are you doing? That one was an actual person. They were just standing still, so I was really confused. So that one was real. Got it. But yeah, like with TTRPGs, the YouTube says PV. Oh fuck! Did I not change it? Shit. Wait, hold on. Let me go. Should not have done that. Let me change that quickly. Thank you. Completely forgot. I have to change them separately, so sometimes I just forget about the fact that I need to change both. What is this? Mildly sick gaming. Probably about to get shot, but you know what? After a certain point, sometimes you do just get shot. It is what it is. Never mind, we actually avoided it completely. I'm kind of surprised. Right. Where is the motherfucker? I wonder... I probably... Well, right... okay. I'm thinking about this, like... Because obviously I have it set up right now that I can just stream on Twitch and YouTube. I can incredibly easily add more. Like, I 100% am capable of just adding more if I felt like it. I'm not going to do kick. I think we're going to rule out kick, but like, what else would that be? I mean, fuck, I don't know. Build up an audience on kick as a backup in case I ever get banned from Twitch and YouTube. I'm pretty sure I mean, fuck. I could probably get away with that. Well, get away with it, like, what do you mean get away? You literally can do whatever you want on Twitch or kick. I say that, like, I don't know. Twitch doesn't really restrict me much. Like, there isn't too much that I want to do. I guess, like, what would I want to do on Twitch that might not be allowed? I'm never going to do, like, any sort of drunk driving or endangering people's lives, so that's fine. Corn, maybe? Would I want to play, like... I did think at one point that playing porn games on stream could be funny, but I don't think I'd actually want to do that because usually those games are pretty boring. So... what's the most likely option then? I guess, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, possibly, like, excessive drinking. Like, I could see maybe wanting to do like either drinking challenge or something like a punishment game, something that would like endanger my own life. I guess, yeah, probably that stuff. Like, if I wanted to do like a challenge or like a punishment game that could be considered dangerous, I don't think Twitch allows those much, does it? So I guess that would be banned. Didn't Twitch like ban shot collar streams at one point? Or wait, have they banned those? I thought about those at one point. I thought it could be funny. Mostly because like, I'm pretty sure I'd be stupid about it. I don't know if they'll let you drinking so the small edition can't. Yeah, I don't know, like would they? I know that Twitch allows some amount of drinking, they just don't allow it to be like super excessive, which I don't know what that counts as, and that's on purpose because Twitch doesn't want to set like super hard guidelines because then people can just like push them to the very edge and do what they want. I don't know. Yeah, no, like Twitch has said it so that it's not in excess. Obviously, whenever people set rules like that and whenever companies set rules like that, the reason why they're a bit vague with them is so that people can't just be like, well, actually, I didn't exactly break the rules. Do you want to research on it? On drinking on stream? Not really. Like, I'm good. I'm probably not going to. Like, I don't really have much of a reason to. There we go. God, I fucking love Titanfall, dude. It just feels good to play. I know there's like some bullshit I could be doing with a tap strafing that I want to, well, I think people called it lurching. I want to figure that out at some point. But the issue is I don't know if I can ever be bothered. There we go, starting to get a bit of aim. Starting to do like a little better. Nothing crazy. I don't know how long the stream is going to be there because I don't know how much energy I'm going to have. I'm already pretty low energy. So I don't know how we're going to go. There is also a chance that I do actually, fuck, I need to start playing Prominence again. You said short? Did I? Well, I mean, I'm not guaranteeing that because like, it's me. It's me. I might just suddenly want to play fucking Deadlock for 5 hours. And realistically, I don't really have much to going on tomorrow. Like, as long as I sleep enough, it's fine, right? Like, I can wake up late. It's fine. I mean, yeah, sure, I have to wake up like super early the day after, but you know, like, it's fine. It's not. For those wondering what happened with me getting sick, because it really doesn't happen a lot. Over the past few, like maybe a week or so, part of the reason why I haven't been streaming has been because I've been super fucking busy, and for some reason, when I'm doing things, the only times I end up being productive is at like 3 fucking AM. So we haven't slept properly in a while, and apparently eventually your body stops liking that, which kind of selfish of it, if I'm being honest, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's what we're running here. It happens.
We'll create a character together, just to give an idea of how easy it'll be to get yourself started. After that, we'll go through a tiny simulated encounter, going through the action economy and what playing the game will look like. And once you know how to get started, I'll tell you about how you can bring it to your own table at no cost.
Cool.
Before diving directly into the game, I want to preface, Utopia TT.
I do hope this person at least receive. Okay, they do. Do they have a Patreon or anything? No. Support this project. There we go. Okay, good. I was gonna say like pledged of 3,000. Yeah, good. Okay. Like the person's providing all of these for free, which is very, very admirable. But I am sort of the opinion that like people should be rewarded for their work. Like, if somebody's going to do, oh god, this is taking a while. What the fuck? All right, we'll just leave that one then. If someone like puts in a ton of effort, campaign has ended. What is that? Wait, so it's saying 2 different numbers. Am I Utopia TTRPG? Am I misunderstanding this website? It's saying here it's only saying 54,000. Here it's saying 70,000. That's like a big difference. Since this project is, I feel like it's very close to completion, I have some pretty liberal... Neuromath website. Okay. I'll be real, if this person makes this well, like, cool. I really do. I know I'm being quite skeptical as we get into this. And I feel like I should always preface this by saying, like, when I'm being very skeptical about these things, I really do hope that I'm wrong. Because, like, I would be very happy if they actually come up with some, like, super innovative new TTRPG system. Because then we get another system, and that's always a good thing. Like, I really do think that D&D's monopoly over TTRPGs is a really fucking bad thing in a way, because, like, holy fuck, dude, it's just annoying. It's just annoying that, like, people, like, if we go through, like, how many... Let's go through this as, like, a theoretical thing. Actually, maybe I don't need to be that theoretical with it. Let's have a look at something. So, if we go to browse... Where is the TTRPG? Path is better? A lot of things are better in my opinion. Is there a TTRPG category? Oh my god, the stupid fucking knock feet. Fuck off. Okay, so that doesn't work. Right then. Viewer side low. There is D&D only. There's no that's true. Okay. Wait. Okay, so the Pathfinder... Can I do, like, Pathfinder 2e? JoeCat. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot. JoeCat's doing... like, I was talking about this at one point of, like, if JoeCat never does Pathfinder guides, then I might try and do them at some point. Motherfucker's doing those. Which, like, holy shit, if we actually get guides to Pathfinder, I'm gonna be so fucking happy. That's fucking awesome. But yeah, okay. Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah, what
there's just an
she do?
insane fucking difference. Like, I don't think it's justified. I really don't. Like, I personally do not think Dungeons and Dragons is a good enough system for this. If he does, Dan will make things better. In one shot, yeah. That's like, the thing is, I don't particularly hate D&D. I just wish it was less fucking monolithic within TTRPGs. Because I swear to God, it's like, TTRPGs are probably like 95% Dungeons and Dragons. Then like the 5% is everything else.
RPG is a game system. It's capable of handling sci-fi settings, high fantasy settings, and just about any other setting you could imagine. The game does have its own baked-in lore, but you are not required in any capacity to use it. Regardless of whether or not you choose to use the written setting or another of your choice, the system will work all the same. I will be making the following assumptions while I explain the mechanics of this game. I'm going to assume that you know, at least roughly, what a tabletop role-playing game is. Just in case, here's the Spark Notes. Every campaign will have a game master, somebody who narrates the story and controls the outcome of the player's interactions. TTRPGs include lots of dice, and we refer to them as quantity, D, size, fashion. For instance, 4d6 is me saying...
Does Pathfinder have a written world? Yes, it does. Most games do. But yeah, Pathfinder does as well. Dungeons and Dragons has a lot of lore. We didn't follow it, for the record. Hello, I've not been in some time. Welcome. We fucking, maybe we'll play another game. We got one single match. Let's see if we got any more. Until then, let's look at this shit.
4 6-sided dice. I'm going to be talking about a lot of numbers and new vocabulary, and it may seem somewhat daunting at first, but I can promise you that once all of the pieces lock together, it'll become second nature. Everybody I've taught this game to no longer needed my help making a character after 2 to 3 plays of the game. Now, with that out of the way, let's create a character.
Right.
When it comes...
I am going to add a little thing here. There is a very decent chance of people who he was talking to have already gained some experience in TTRPGs. So if you're like brand new to this shit, you might struggle a bit more.
When it comes to creating a character, the first decision you'll have to make is what species you want to play.
Okay,
In the
makes
core
sense.
guide of Utopia, there are 7 playable species, some broken into more subspecies, leaving us with 15 total options. A species will give you a series of stat bonuses while also giving you access to a unique set of talents that you'll unlock throughout the game. Some species even have unique innate abilities right off the bat, ranging from having 2 usable heads to being able to fly. For our character, we'll be choosing one of the more basic options.
No, so this isn't Dungeons and Dragons. This is somebody who's made like an alternate system.
A copper dwarf. Both types of dwarves are pretty solid all-arounders with some basic combat abilities and a nice spread of bonuses. We'll get more into what makes these specific characters unique.
So do you get all of these, or do you pick the ones you want?
As well as some others later in the video.
Block rating, 1d12 dodge rating, 4 con 6 endurance, 3 effervescence, memory, resolve, and awareness, utopian dwarvish. Okay.
For now, we have a number of stats that we need to jot down. Every species will have a handful of stats built into them. Dwarves have the following: 3d4 block rating and 1d12 dodge rating. These symbolize a set of dice you'll roll whenever you're trying to deflect an oncoming attack. 4 constitution, 6 endurance, and 3 effervescence. These metrics will determine how your health points and stamina points will scale with each level. These are not very easy to change during the game, but it's more than possible. One thing we can't forget, we'll need to set each of our defenses to 1. This is true for all characters in general. These will be going up soon though, don't worry. Finally, copper dwarves are gifted in memory, resolve, and engineering. This means that our character will be able to gain points in these skills.
This seems... One thing I'm interested in, this does seem to be leaning more towards like video gamey is the best way for me to put it, which isn't a bad thing, but it is interesting. Okay.
Much easier. Perfect. We have some of our basic metrics scribed in.
Actually, I don't even know if that's
now
true.
come some of the big decisions. Let's pick some talents. The way that you gain new abilities in Utopia TTRPG is through talents. Each talent costs a number of talent points, and you'll get another one every time you level up. In Utopia, we start at level 10. This is a fresh, brand new character. This will give us a nice pool of points to pick from right off the bat. Starting any lower than this would make the character somewhat difficult to play or make sense of. All characters should have access to 7 total talent trees. One of them is called a species talent tree.
I fucking knew it. Yeah, like, for the record, I know yes, this is what I said. This is the modularity. You pick a bunch of different options. You get a different options depending on blah, blah, blah. This is not a bad thing. I'm just saying I called it.
These are the aforementioned talents that are specific to the species you choose when you create your character. We chose a copper dwarf, so we'll have access to these talents. All talent trees function the same way. You are able to take the first tier ability in any branch of a talent tree. This is a branch, and this is a tier. So for instance, if we were looking to take Stubborn, we'll have to acquire the Ore Scent talent first. Knowing that, let's take both of these talents. Now, as previously mentioned, all talents come at a cost. At the bottom of each talent are 3 numbers. Respectively, these are body, mind, and soul cost. When we're acquiring a talent, we'll just add these numbers together. Ore Scent, which we'll have to take first, costs 0 body, 1 mind, and 0 soul. So it will cost a total of 1 talent point. Stubborn costs 0 body and 0 mind, but 1 soul. It'll also cost 1 talent point. If we turn back to our character sheet, here's what'll change. We spent 2 talent points, so we'll go from 10 down to 8.
So far, this is roughly what I predicted. Do I think it's going to change? Not really. Like, the thing is, unless they come up with some systems that, like, genuine... Maybe I'd say combat might be different. But I think at least for character building, the way you do high amounts of customization is pretty much always going to be modularity. Because you're never going to be able to create something that gives a player every single option as a unique thing, right? The best you'll ever be able to do for that is like let players mix and match things and come up with their own combinations. So like there isn't another option really. Maybe what would it even be? Like you can't pre-design every single potential build. So like no, you have to kind of do a bunch of different things that can fit together. There really isn't a better option.
Looking back at the talents, they cost a total of 1 mind and 1 soul point, so each of those respective scores will go up to 1. And that's how every single talent tree works.
Yep.
With that information, let's grab some more talents. I'm going to refer to some more combat-focused talents, specifically those of the Warfare and the Tactics core trees. These are trees that all characters can access, and these two specifically are for combat and evasion. With 8 points left, I'll be taking the Sprint talent for 1 body point, allowing us to expend stamina to move faster in a pinch. The
I'll stick with my Broken Wizards in D&D. Broken is in like super overpower. Which build are you running? Like which subclass?
Talent for 1 body and 1 soul, allowing us to target a second enemy when we deal excess damage. Swift Strike for a single body point allows us to attack faster with slow weapons, and finally Brawler for 3 body and 1 soul to give us a higher chance of successfully grappling.
Okay.
We've now spent all 10 of our talent points, leaving us with 6.
I will say, this does actually, one thing that is very beneficial to a system like this is it very easily allows for customization. Like, that's the big thing that I saw with Pathfinder as well, is because you're able to create these, like, you're just able to throw in fucking, like, I don't know, this is, like, one single feat, rather than having to make up an entire new class. A system like this will allow for, like, people to be able to homebrew stuff, or, like, at least homebrew certain things a lot more easily.
Body, 1 mind, and 3 soul. Immediately, you'll probably be able to see what kind of character we're building. This will affect the next step, so the number of body, mind, and soul points you acquire should be something to keep in mind. Now that we have our talents squared away, let's pick out some stats. I'm going to refer to this section of stats a lot,
so good for customizing. It's the only real option for it.
These 6 large stats, starting with agility and ending with charm, are called traits. The 12 smaller ones are called sub-traits, and this is what we'll be working with to start off with. Each of these sub-traits will start at 1, keeping in mind that as a Copper Dwarf, we are gifted in Engineering, Memory, and Resolve. If your character ever has to commit a difficult or daring action, your Game Master may ask you to make a test. When you make a test, you refer to how good you are at the given task by checking a respective sub-trait. For instance, if you are trying to keep your balance on a rocking ship, I may ask you to make a stunt test, whereas if you are trying to inspect a machine for potential damage, I'd have you make an engineering test. At level 10, we have 15 total points to spend to increase our sub-traits. You can add these points to your sub-traits in any way that you wish, but with one big limitation. These top 4 sub-traits are body traits. They cannot go any higher than your body score. For us, that's 6. The next 4 are your mind traits.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, is it just going to be a thing of you're allowed to spread shit out however you want? No, so there is, rather than doing classes, you're effectively, your quote-unquote class is built up by your feats that you pick, which then limit what you're able to be good and bad at. That makes sense. I like these funny numbers. I can explain all this if somebody needs... Like, if anyone gets very confused about this, ask and I can probably explain it. So far, it all makes sense to me.
They're capped at just 1.
You didn't say hi to me? No, I just responded to your... Usually when I say hi to people, it's because they've sent a message that I don't know, or, like, I don't have a response to. If I'm just responding to people's messages, then I'm just going to respond to their messages and not say hi. This has been the way, like, I've always done things. I don't know why.
With one exception. Since we're gifted in Engineering, Memory, and Resolve, we can bring those sub-traits up to double what they would normally be. This means that we can actually increase them to 2 instead of...
Because I was wondering as well, how much are we able to specialize? How much are we able to, like, just get really big, funny numbers? Okay, sure. Is that, like, a bad thing to do? This is how I've always done it. But yeah, I was wondering about this, because, like, one of my... I'm delayed by about 2 minutes. Nice. One of my favorite favorite things about Pathfinder is how much you're able to specialize into certain things and, like, how high your roles can go. I'm a big fan of, like, systems that allow you to do that. I think, like, being able, maybe not necessarily that it's always the best option, but the ability to specialize really hard into certain things, I think is just very cool when it comes to creating characters. Because then, like, it also makes it so that Jack of all trades actually do that. Because one thing in, like, Dungeons and Dragons is, I mean, how often do you even need a Jack of all trades in D&D? You don't most of the time. That's the thing. But, like, I don't know, there's something very cool about the whole thing of, like, yeah, you can specialize, or yeah, you can be a Jack of all trades. and is actually a reason to do so. Because the only jack of all trades in D&D is a bard, and they're not even a jack of all trades. They just have fucking, because they're still like incredibly good at charisma. Like, calling them a jack of all trades is completely fucking lie. Oh well.
1. The final 4 soul subtraits are maxed out at 3 for us due to our soul score. Since we're building a somewhat combat-focused character, let's push our power up a couple of points. We'll spend 5 points, bringing it up to a maximum of 6. Speed is a relatively important factor in combat, so we'll put 3 points into that, making it 4. Since they're pretty important in general, let's put a point into engineering, memory, and resolve, spending 3 total points to put each of them to 2. Unfortunately, since we're not gifted in awareness, we can't bring it any higher than 1 since our mind score is only 1. With 4 remaining points, let's put 2 points into portrayal for when we want to act intimidating and 2 points into stunts so we can handle difficult terrain better. Perfect! We have all of our subtraits written out, and now we can calculate our traits. Each trait is attached to 2 subtraits. Simply, it will be the sum of those 2. Our agility score is equal to speed plus dexterity, meaning we'll have an agility of 5. Going down the line, we can scribe in each of our trait scores and finally calculate our modifiers, which will go into these boxes. For both subtraits and traits, the modifier is equal to the score minus 4. This will be negative sometimes. For instance, since we have an awareness score of 1, our awareness modifier will be negative 3. But since we have a strength score of 6...
Now that was one thing I was interested in. Because, like, this is what I was talking about when I said that in D&D you usually don't need a jack of all trades. It's usually because, like, the DCs aren't super high for most things. Now, having a character where, or having it be a thing of like, by default, quite a few of your things will be negative unless you're deliberately trying to prevent it, that actually justifies the existence of like a potential jack of all trades character a lot more. Because like, you just don't need them in D&D. I really think you just don't. They're just not required. They don't really provide you with any benefits. Because it's like, yeah, you can have one, but like, what the fuck do they do? Like, most of the time, like, you're just going to be able to succeed on DCs anyway, because like, unless it's like a super challenging thing, you just fucking like don't roll like shit and you're fine. Like, DCs are fucking on average like 10 or some shit. They're not, but you know what I mean. Like, having it so you're actually not good at shit you're not good at is quite nice, I think.
7 will have a strength mod of +3. A very important note, a score and a modifier are very different. Our strength score is 7, whereas our strength modifier is +3. Our modifier is what we'll use when we're making a test. We'll add our modifier to the value of the roll to get the final outcome. More on that later. And of course, one more very important change to make. Subtraits that we're gifted in can't be negative. This means that our engineering, resolve, and memory modifiers will be bumped up to a +0 instead of their normal -2. And there's only one more choice we have to make before our character is fully fleshed out. Every 10 levels, we'll get what's called a specialist talent. Specialist talents are adjacent to feats in other games, essentially a list of different abilities that you can pick from. Some have prerequisites while others don't. Since we're starting at level 10, we get to pick one right off the bat. There are many dozens of specialist talents to look through, and I highly advise taking a look through them while you're designing a character for yourself. For now, I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. Pragmatic. It increases our engineering score by 1, putting us from 2 to 3, and gives us a point of favor on tests made to tamper with devices. I do want to say that this does push our engineering score beyond its maximum, and specialist talents can do that, so keep that in mind. Once we're duking it out...
So, like, in theory, you're able to really boost the fuck out of this shit.
We'll dive into what a point of favor does for us. We still have some boxes empty in our character sheet. Now that we have all our talents and subtraits picked out, we'll finally be able to fill these in. At level 10, our XP will start out at 0 out of 1,000. Whenever we level up, we'll be reset back to 0 XP, and excess will carry over. The amount of XP you need to level up will always be equal to your total level times 100. If this doesn't make sense yet, we will go over it again once we get into our encounter. We have these 3 other stats with funny go over.
So in this case, what it should have been here, because what happened was they were at level 10, so it's 0 out of 1,000. They'll get a 1,400 XP, so now they're going to be 400 out of 1,100, because now they're level 11.
Again, once we get into our encounter. We have these 3 other stats with funny names: SHP, DHP, and Stamina. SHP and DHP are both types of health points that our character has, though they serve different purposes. SHP stands for surface health points, and it's the amount of surface level harm that our character can withstand. DHP, on the other hand, stands for deep health points, and it's wounding on a level with internal bleeding, organ damage, things of that nature. When we rest, we'll regain all of our SHP, but our DHP will require medical attention to restore. Damage that our character takes will always hit SHP first, at least until it's reduced to 0, in which we'll start losing DHP. Stamina, on the other hand, is simply an energy.
So, I think there's a somewhat similar system in Vampire the Masquerade, but I could be wrong. Basically, SHP acts as like an armor buffer. Sure, that's fine. That's like not a bad system, I don't hate it.
Resource that our character can use for certain abilities. For instance, the sprint talent requires that we spend 3 stamina to increase our speed while we're running. We can regain up to 6 stamina each turn, or about 1 stamina a second. There's a formula for each of these
6 second
stats.
turn, yeah.
Our maximum SHP is equal to our body score times our constitution plus our level. In our case, this is 6 times 4 plus 10, leaving us with 34 SHP. Our stamina will be mind times endurance plus level, leaving us with only 16. Our DHP will be soul times effervescence plus level, giving us a hearty 19 DHP. These calculations are in the book, and for new players, I'd personally recommend writing it down on your character sheet. This system makes it so that taking certain talents will affect your character's total health pool and stamina pool, further modified by what species you're playing. Other than gathering items and spending money, our actual character is fully completed. We'll do the items in our...
That's an interesting system, I'm not gonna lie. So like, okay, no, I don't hate that. It's got some weird stuff. I think the idea of your stamina being determined by your mind is a bit weird, but I'm assuming it's done for game balance reasons more than anything. Okay.
First scenario. Let's set the scene. Our young dwarven adventurers finally making their way home from a long trek, a search for a handful of violet lotuses. The local tailor requested it for a new project upcoming. It was ultimately a quiet journey leading up to this point, but the sun is falling behind the canopy of trees above, and a chill is creeping its way up your spine.
Alright, we're in a game, I don't know which kind. Is this live fire? It's fucking live fire. Why did it have to be on this fucking map? I don't want this map. I will take any other fucking live fire map, but why does it have to be this shit one? Bro, like, you play this... They put in a map in fucking Titanfall that, like, the optimal playstyle is a fucking cover shooter. Why would you do this? That's stupid as hell. I'm so mad about this. Like, this map is so fucking annoying to me because I just think it shouldn't exist. I just think it absolutely should not be allowed to be like this because there's so little justification for it. There's so little reason for, like, in Titanfall to put in a fucking low movement. God damn. Honestly, like, Respawn devs fucked up so much shit with Titanfall. It's crazy. I had, like, praying to fucking God that Diesel Knights ends up being good, dude. Praying, like, please, Diesel Knights, I beg. Or potentially Mecha Break. I'm not gonna lie, Mecha Break actually looks interesting, because fun fact, Mecha Break, for those who don't know what Mecha Break is, like Gundam style mech game, it's very fucking cool. However, one of the interesting things is they've recently stated that they have plans to allow for non-Titan movement. Actually, do I want to watch the video on stream or have I already watched on stream? No, I already watched on stream. Yeah, they've got plans to allow for like non-Titan movement. So what that means is we genuinely could get like another Titanfall, except in this case, it actually has good mech gameplay, which I think is a big weakness of Titanfall. I'm personally of the opinion that like Titanfall's mech gameplay is, it just lacks a lot of depth. It's just not particularly interesting. It doesn't really have much going for it, especially compared to pilot gameplay, which like isn't like, it's not crazy fucking deep or anything. It's just very well made. Actually, there is, well, I say that there's quite a lot of depth to the pilot gameplay. There's like a lot of, or like there's a lot of potential depth. Oh my fucking God. There's a lot of potential depth with like movement tech and stuff. Oh God, that's lagging. Right, that's fine. Honestly, skill issue on my part. Jesus Christ, I fucking hate SMGs. Half time, let's go. Is it faster 5 or? I thought it was faster 5. Haven't we only done like? Yeah, it's faster 5. How is it half time already? So they got Kraber user release, okay. I guess, yeah, no, I can definitely see Kraber on this map specifically being really... Kitsu. I can see Kraber on this map specifically being really... Mastiff, I can't do anything. Being really good just because you're able to get kills long range. The only issue is we got some motherfucker just camping with him, which is pretty worrying. I guess, yeah, this is how it is. Oh. That's really fucking lame. Okay. Like, why though? Fuck, man. The thing is, I know that it's not just live fire in general, because I tried playing live fire on a different map, and it was way fucking better because it wasn't just this. Oh, careful. Honestly, should have gotten the kill myself. That was cringe. Oh, it's an invis pass. I was really confused for a sec. That's stupid. Aww. I was hoping to get the kill. Probably could have done like a better job of it, not gonna lie, but... Also, I find it really funny how like half of the pilots are gonna have cat ears. Because I've got the fucking mod that puts cat ears on all grapple pilots. It's really funny seeing like, because grapple is like either, I don't know if it's the most popular, I think that might be stem. But like, holy fuck, is it funny seeing a ton of people just running around with fucking cat ears. And they don't even know. What the fuck was that? I always forget there's like some weird climbing thing that happens sometimes. Oh god, the fact that it's, the massive use is pretty annoying because they're just like, yeah, they're just hiding around the corner and so it makes it very hard to approach. Because usually they just like pop out occasionally and shoot Mastiff. Oh. Yeah. Just why this map? It's just a bad map. Because I've tried 2 of the other live fire maps. They allow for a lot, like the other maps are okay. I don't know about all of them. I've only tried a few others, but they're like fine. It's just this one where it's like, nah, there's like 2 routes. Yeah, I already know what they're gonna do. I can just toss that down, I guess. The person's low, but I don't think anyone's gonna finish him off. Okay. Yeah. I didn't have anywhere I could get to anyway. That's fine. We're gonna win this, so I don't really mind. Yeah. We were gonna win anyway because there were just way too many of them that were way too damaged, or actually no, there wasn't. There was one of them. The issue was there wasn't way too many of them, in fact. If there was way too many of them, we might have actually had a fucking problem. Whoa, the fact that I'm doing better than some people with a wingman is fucking absurd. Right. No, do not stop matchmaking. Hopefully it doesn't take as long, but to be real, this video is pretty interesting, so I don't mind it too much.
You begin to count the distance in your head. It shouldn't be more than 10 minutes before you're home, but you're interrupted. A small creature bursts out of the bushes, snarling and crying at you. It wields a small pointed ship, and it seems like it plans to thrust it at you. Before anything happens, you scour for something that could give you an edge. Unfortunately, there wasn't much, but a large stick should at least do better than your bare hands. Alright, so you've entered a tussle with a goblin.
Wait, so you went out, you like ventured for, you didn't even bring a fucking weapon? That feels dumb, but okay.
Many experienced players have been here many times before. For this stick we picked up, I'll be using the bludgeon stat block. A bludgeon is one of the few improvised weapon blocks, so it's pretty much designed for this scenario. When we enter combat, I'll have you make a speed test to decide on turn order. The higher you roll, the higher chance you go first. All tests are rolled with 3d6. This is much different from the standard 1d20 system that many modern games use. 3d6 has a minimum roll of 3 and a maximum roll of 18, and will hit middle numbers around 10 to 11 much more often. With that in mind, you rolled a 13. As with any test, you'll take a look at your speed modifier. In our case, that is a +0, so we won't be adding anything to the roll. Luckily, you rolled higher than the goblin, so you will be going first. Here's what you'll need to know. On each of your turns, you'll have 6 turn actions that you can spend before your turn is over. You don't have to use all of them, but it's often beneficial to do so. Each turn action is roughly 1 second of time, meaning your turn takes about 6 seconds. A couple of important actions that we'll need to take note of. You can take the travel action with a single turn action. Upon doing so, you'll move a number of spaces, each space being 1 meter, equal to your speed score. For us, that's 4 meters per turn action. Since there's a decent gap between us and the goblin, let's spend 2 turn actions to move in for an attack. Perfect. We're in striking distance and still have 4 turns.
How many fucking meters is it 3 feet per meter? Because that means you're moving 24 feet. Okay. The reason I'm converting is because most TTRPGs use the feet, so I know more. In Pathfinder, it's 25. That's roughly the same movement in Pathfinder, slightly less than what you would get in D&D. Okay.
Turn actions left. A bludgeon requires 2 turn actions to attack with and deals 2d8 damage, so we'll be able to swing with it twice. If you play D&D, this will be a new thing for you. We don't roll to hit. We just simply hit and roll for damage. So let's roll our 2d8. Looks like we rolled a 7, but there's a catch. Defending creatures have a chance to block or dodge up to twice per turn. This allows them to roll their block rating or their dodge rating in order to attempt to avoid the damage. Each of these work differently, but we'll get more into that on your turn. With a mix of the goblins blocking you and its defenses, it was able to prevent 4 total damage of your attack, only taking 3. Luckily, these guys are pretty weak, so it's still better than nothing. For our second attack, we rolled a 12, which is much better. It attempted to block you, preventing a total of 5 damage, leaving us with only 7 damage getting through. Remember when I said goblins are weak? Well, this creature is now mortally wounded. Mortally wounded is a way for a game master to tell you that the creature has 0 SHP left. Different creatures have different amounts of SHP versus DHP, so it can vary what this means. However, you can usually be pretty confident that it means that you've carved through at least...
What I'm curious about is, like, how are they going to do the differences between dodge and block? We'll see, I'm not sure.
Half of its health. We've used all 6 of our turn actions, so it's the goblin's turn now. On each other creature's turn, you'll have 2 interrupt actions. An interrupt action can be spent to react to something happening. These are what we'll use to block or dodge incoming attacks. Speaking of that, the goblin is coming in for an attack. We'll start by dodging, spending one of our 2 interrupt actions. In order to dodge, we'll roll our dodge rating, which for our Dwarven adventure is 1d12. If we successfully roll an amount equal to or higher than the amount of damage we would have taken, we prevent all of the damage. Otherwise, we take all of the damage.
That's what I thought.
Oh no!
Like, that's what I thought it was going to be, but then I was wondering how is, like, that would just make block, in theory, superior, assuming it's a thing of, like, okay. My assumption is dodge is a pass-fail, and block is however much you roll, you subtract that from the dice. Block would, in theory, be better, but we'll have to see.
It looks like we rolled a 1. The goblin is coming in with 7 damage. We do have 1 physical defense, so it'll go down to 6, but that's still much higher than 1, so we'll be taking the full 6 damage, dropping us to 28 health. It's attacking again. Its weapon is awful fast. It's probably safe to assume that it's using a 1 turn action weapon, meaning that it can attack up to 6 times per turn. To balance, these weapons generally deal substantially less damage. For its second attack, we'll block, rolling our block rating of 3d4. When we block an attack, we simply ignore an amount of damage equal to what we rolled. The goblin rolled only a 3, and we rolled a 7 with our block. You throw your stick up and away the goblin's small shiv, preventing it from making any contact with you at all. The goblin is coming in for its third attack, and now we face an issue. We're out of interrupt actions. For the rest of the goblin's turn, we won't be able to respond at all. The goblin rolled a 3, minus our 1 physical defense.
Okay, so, yeah, no, it works about how I thought. I guess, yeah, I'm assuming that it's going to be possible to allow your dodge rating to get a lot higher just to sort of balance it out. Because otherwise, like, it would pretty much always be better to specialize into blocking. We have to say.
We'll be taking another 2 physical damage. Rather than preparing for another attack, the injured goblin dashes off into the brush, attempting to hide from you. Knowing goblins, it's unlikely that the goblin would truly flee. You've tussled with a handful of them in the past, especially when you go hunting with the butcher in town. Chances are it's going to attempt to ambush you. Since you're unaware of what the goblin is doing, I can't tell you how it spends the rest of its turn actions or how many it has used to move. With that in mind, it's now your turn. You need to figure out where the goblin is hiding, so let's make an awareness test. That'll be 3d6 plus your awareness modifier. You rolled a 16. That's a really good roll. However, we have an awareness modifier of -3, meaning that we actually only rolled a 13. Luckily, the goblin is being awfully loud. You spot it in the bush.
I want to check the character sheet. I'm assuming that's just like a stealth roll. Where is that? Fucking, where's the whole character sheet? Jesus Christ. Yeah. No idea. Fuck me. I'm around like, what? Yeah? Around here. Cool.
That'll be 3d6.
Why the... Okay. Do I just add some of the other game modes to the queue? Because, fuck, I'm not sure I want to just sit here and queue for this long. It's annoying. Like, I'm down to watch videos and stuff, but like sitting in queue for this fucking long is pissing me off. The issue is, if we add other game modes to the queue, there's a decent chance we could get some of the shit ones. Like, okay. Which game modes do I really fucking hate? Obviously, we're not going to add we're not going to add any of the Titan-only game modes. Fuck it. The issue is, most of the game modes that have Titans in just end up becoming Titan-only game modes. So, capture the flag. Okay, I'll put that one on. Avatar point. I don't want to put in Bounty. Bounty's really fucking annoying. We'll do it like this. I want to see how much quickly or how much faster we get a game now. We're gonna have to say. It should at least be somewhat faster. I'm not sure how much. Right. What I am curious about now is how are they going to do that? I pretty much get an idea of the system. Can I actually have a look at the website because it wasn't loading earlier. Right. Utopia, Compendium soon, Roller, Foundry. Ah, they don't have most of the stuff yet. Utopia Player's Guide, Character Sheet. I'm curious about the spell crafting. Yeah, I'm back. How's it going? I've added a few more queues or fucking game modes to the queue just so we actually get to play the game. Which... Dude, why the fuck is PvP not the most popular? That's what I don't get. Why is, out of all of them, why is the TTRPG good? Yeah, so far. It's not... The only real difference from Pathfinder is the lack of a class. Like, for the most part, it's incredibly similar. And I guess, like, slightly, I would say slightly more customization capabilities with your, like, point assignment.
Plus your awareness modifier. You rolled a 16, meaning that we actually only rolled a 13. Luckily, the goblin is being awfully loud. You spot it in the bush just to your west flank, just fine. It spends both specifically the Brawler talent towards you, but you are more than prepared. One of the talents we took, specifically the Brawler talent, said that we gain a point of favor on test made to grapple other creatures.
You roll d20? No, rather than rolling d20, you roll 3d6.
Use. In order to grapple a creature, we'll make a strength test against it. Because of Brawler, we'll gain a point of favor. For each point of favor, we'll get an additional d6 to add to our roll, meaning we'll be rolling 4d6. For reference, disfavor does the opposite of this, removing a die from our roll. We rolled a 14, and we have a +3 to strength, meaning we rolled a 17. More than enough to pin this goblin down. Grappling requires 3 turn actions, so we should...
I'm a big fan of favor as a mechanic. I be flossing? Do you mean like your teeth or the dance? I'm actually, like, I'm not gonna lie, the favor mechanic that allows you to increase and decrease dice is very cool. The higher level you are, the bigger the dice you roll? No, I don't think so. And there is more actions. Oh wait, no, you are literally right. Well, I don't know. Like, I think you can generate favor. I don't know if by default you're going to have more favor at higher levels. Like, I'm not sure. And yeah, you get 6 actions, but then, like, it does kind of balance out to a what I would consider, like, the Pathfinder level. Where, like, most of the actions that would, like, be super fucking, like, strong kind of just end up being 2 actions. And then it balances out down to Pathfinder of like 3 actions per time. I won't lie though, like, it is honestly a pretty well-made system. The big thing is like, the only thing I've seen so far that I like immediately find a bit odd is the, what's it called? The, like, your SHP being dependent on, or your stamina being dependent on your mind. That will be very dependent on like, how much is mind shit going to be like consuming stamina? Because like in theory you would, like, I'm of the thing of like, surely stamina would be part of your body, but you know. Does this have a multi-hit penalty? It doesn't look like it. I'd have to have a look again, but I didn't hear anything about multi-hit penalty. Also because that would affect different weapons, because there are some weapons that require, oh god, Kitsu. There are some weapons that require 2 actions to hit someone, and then there's some weapons that require 1, but they're lower damage. I don't think there's a multi-hit penalty, which is interesting. Why is mind linked to stamina and not body? My assumption is balance. My assumption is balance, and also there's a chance that the actions that require stamina are like a lot closer to like mental actions, so like spell casting and stuff. Are they using telekinesis? It could be that. Like, what I'm wondering is, like, is it going to be people who max out body are, like, the more typical fighters and don't have as many special moves, and then, like, people who max out mind are going to be, like, spellcast and stuff? I'd have to have, like, a look. I need to see the fucking system. Like, I believe the books are available, so we could just look through the book on stream. That could be fun. Actually, because I haven't done that with any other TTRPGs so far. That could actually be a fun bit of, sure, why not? We might have a look through the book on stream a bit, because I'm a little curious on some of the ways that shit will work. Because there's a decent chance that a bunch of the things that require stamina are like mind actions. And stamina is like, rather than it being a thing of physical stamina, it's like mental stamina or whatever. Honestly, I'm not sure. We'll find out. Also, I love how 6-second turns is just so fucking standard at this point. Like, we get 6-second turns in fucking everything. D&D, Pathfinder, I'm pretty sure most other games. I'm pretty sure most games run a 6-second turn. Does it, I mean, this costs mind to think? Yeah, like maybe the stamina required isn't really like the physical stamina, but it's just the mental stamina of thinking that they need to do something. We'll have to see. I'm curious about it. I mean, I don't dislike the way they've done the like proper HP and then SHP though. The mental exhaustion of doing something, true. All right, every character just hates doing things. That's how it is. Yeah, I'm thinking about it now. SXP? No, SHP. Basically, there's a fucking... fuck. How do I describe this? Like, outer and inner. You have 2 different types of HP. One is like your fucking body, like just the, like, let's say superficial wounds, like you get a fucking cut or whatever, but it's not serious. You have like a fucking body HP, which is effectively your armor. And then you have like a second, like, serious HP, which is, I don't know, if you're starting to take damage in this, that means you're receiving like severe internal damage. They're a little, which like is not a system I hate. Again, I think it had something similar in Vampire the Masquerade, which is a cool system. Because it's one of those systems that allows, that person's okay, I think, let's ignore them. Like, it's one of those systems that allows for like potentially cool roleplay moments as well. But I also just think it's a decent system because then you can like, there's like some varieties in how you can do things. All right. I still need to fucking play, I want to play Masquerade at some point, but the issue is that like, from what I've seen, Masquerade is one that requires like at least somewhat understanding of like the world. Because like the world of Masquerade is like pretty important to the game. So I'd need to have outer wounds and inner wounds. Yes, internal versus external bleeding. You'd think that internal would be better because then like the blood's at least in the same place, but no, it turns out internal bleeding is pretty bad. Who could have known? I mean, it is what it is. Like, look, at the end of the day, I think I would rather be bleeding internally because like, at least it's less messy. I actually don't know if... No, I'm pretty sure internal bleeding is considered a lot worse because external bleeding is like damage to shit like the skin. Then inside your body is shit like the organs. So, you know, maybe external bleeding is a lot better. Kid, so I'm gonna fucking... Like, how the fuck did they not kill me? Were they like struggling to pull out their gun? Was it like fucking jammed? What happened there? Was that... No. I was gonna say, was that gigantic penis preventing them from pulling the gun? Was it blocking the fucking like avenue to pull the gun from? Is that a tone? Yeah, that was a tone shooting at me. What the fuck are the players? It's really bad. I mean, a League streamer recently fell for the No, I can't see. Oh yeah, no. I should clarify. Internal bleeding is really fucking bad because internal damage is where all of the really important, like, external damage means it's damage to, you know, shit on the outside. A lot of the shit on the outside is things like skin, which are relatively superficial. Like, when I'm making these jokes, I need to make it clear. Internal bleeding is really fucking bad. This is a joke. I'm like doing it. It's a haha funny bit. Because I love how on both fucking on both chats, on Twitch and YouTube, I get separate messages of Kitsu, internal bleeding is not good for you, which, like, I want to make it clear, I know. Joke, not funny. I think it's funny. Damn, okay. Internal bleeding, same concept of water being where it shouldn't be, blood is black. Yeah. There's also, well, it's a, I don't know. It's not even just a thing of, like, blood blocking stuff. It's also that the stuff inside your body is generally more important. Because, like, I don't know, a lot of the stuff on the outside you can live without in a way, but you really can't live without things like, you know, a heart or a brain. Some people manage, to be fair. Like, I feel like some people manage to live without a brain, but for the most part, pretty necessary to be alive. Should be... No. Oh, I thought they were gonna be chasing me. Where the fuck are they? There they are. Are they not chased? Damn. That sucks. I should have gotten that as well. That was really fucking bad. Like, that was a really easy kill and I just missed that. There we go. No, then don't miss, Fox. Damn, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of not missing? That's so crazy. What a crazy fucking... How helpful, Dom. You know what, next time I'm playing fucking, like, Deadlock and we're losing the game, I'll just think, man, what if I stopped me? Shut the fuck up. Annoying fucking bitch, swear to God. I don't think you have. Oh, fuck off. It doesn't... Like, have you ever thought of shutting the fuck up? Have you ever thought of that? I think... I genuinely fucking hate North Star's, like, popcorn explosion thing. Because, like, its hitboxing, it's fucked as shit. I thought I saw a player here, was there not? Oh, well, there's a lot of players here, except all of them are the people in Titans, and I'm not really capable of doing anything about that. There's, like, a slight problem when it comes to Titans, which is you can't really fucking kill them. Don't hit Kappa. What? Is Kappa a... Wait, am I missing? I feel like there's a joke here that I'm not getting. Probably. Probably, but this is pretty standard. Okay, that's one. There should be one more person here. Okay, so they're running Ion, so they're not running one of the Titans. They're able to get... Okay, that's fine. When did you get jokes? I get them when I make them. I get the jokes when I'm the one who makes them, but the problem is other people other than your own. Well, other people should be better at making them now. I don't know what to tell you. Look, it's just how it is. All comedy is determined on, like, comedy is not subjective. I am the person who judges comedy and I'm always correct. It's just how it is. If I say something isn't funny, then it's not funny. Because as we all know, humor is a monolith. Alright. I'm actually... one thing I'm going to be curious about is, like, how the system that we're looking at, the Utopia, I'm curious gonna have any like enemies by default, because I'm honestly not sure. Like, one thing that can be difficult for like dungeon masters is like enemies. Enemies can be really fucking hard for a dungeon master, because like quite a lot of the reason why it's okay in most games is because most games provide them with like a fuck ton for them to mix and match. In general, like for higher level stuff and for like some of the better campaigns, people will come up with their own enemies, because like a lot of based enemies are kind of shit, realistically. Like a lot of default enemies have like weird balancing, and like some of them are pretty generic. So a lot of DMs will do shit where they come up with like unique enemies that have unique abilities, yada yada, because it's usually pretty cool. It's like usually better once you have an idea of what you're doing. But for DMs who don't yet, like trying to create enemies for the players is incredibly fucking difficult. So I do hope that Utopia is going to have at least like some default enemies for people to use, or at least like what would be interesting is a way for the like a guide to creating enemies. But, like, that's one thing I think like some people struggle with, is like ever moving into like making their own custom enemies, because like they just don't really get how they would be made. Having some sort of guide that allows the DM to like quite quickly create like a generic enemy would be nice. Like a thing of like, if the GM wanted to do so, or if they like could create some sort of like almost similar to how players work, with like a very modular system where you can determine what the character does. Having that sort of system for enemies would probably have it a lot more simplified. Could honestly be quite fun. That could be like quite a good idea for like sort of teaching people how shit works, because then by sort of teaching them, by sort of showing them everything broken down into different parts, it might then be easier for them to come up with their own individual parts, rather than them like struggling to come up with an entire thing on their own. That to be fair, that's the whole thing, is why I was saying that like these more modular systems are usually better for homebrewing, because it's easier to come up with like one feat rather than for a whole fucking like, what's pretty common to come up with, like a whole subclass, which is pretty common actually. Yeah, no, that's actually really fucking common. Like subclasses are probably one of the things that are like most often homebrewed, I guess. Well, no, that's a lie. It's the wild. It's like the wild and the enemies, but like subclasses are pretty common for like, I guess like player side stuff. That's a lie. It's magic items. Okay, but like magic items are really, it's because they're like easier to make. I'm talking about like a decent level of something. I mean, yeah, that's because like what else, what the fuck? Okay, now it's the thing of like, what else are they gonna do? Like sub race. Okay, but sub race, like homebrewed races are also really yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, no, I do think like what I'm curious about is how easy would it be to add like extra talent trees? Because we saw on that thing that were like fucking, there's the racial talent tree and then there's 6 others. How easy would it be to just make another one? And also, what would it be? Because like what that could do could be okay, it could be interesting for adding like unique shit into your campaign. Like if you wanted to add like, I don't know, like a fucking Jedi branch or whatever, you could do that pretty easily.
Have 3 remaining. We can get 1 good hit in with 2 turn actions, so let's give it a good smack. You rolled a 16 on 2d8, maximum damage. You hold this goblin pinned to the ground, raising your makeshift club. The goblin raises its bloodied hands up in an attempt to brace itself, but it's no use. A loud thud echoes through the brush, and the goblin's eyes lay frozen open.
Damn, okay, like, bro didn't have to describe like the goblin fucking begging for its life as you put it out of its misery. That feels a bit extreme. Like, I feel like that just wasn't really required. Like, a lot of DMs will sort of skip those sorts of things. They won't go into like, yeah, so the goblin fucking pleads for its life. Its eyes staring at you as you think, as you like fucking can see that it pulls out a picture of its child and starts crying out. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. You can just say, like, the goblin, you can just say it kills the goblin, bro. Like, we don't have to go into detail here. Blood for the blood god. Oh, God.
Taking a second to regain yourself, you process everything that happened before collecting your items, including your violet lotuses, and make your way back to town. You can't help but be a bit excited to tell your triumphant story to the tailor tonight before bed.
My brother in Christ, you fought one
on your
goblin.
first successful encounter. This was, of course, a very basic encounter, but it should offer some good reference as to how the game is played. More importantly, though, you earned 1200 XP from this encounter. Since your maximum XP is currently 1000, you leveled up. The remaining 200 XP will carry over, leaving you with 200 XP out of 1100. Let's go over what happens when you level up. First of all, your maximum SHP, DHP, and stamina will each increase by 1. If you're ever lost about what maximum stat should be, you can always refer back to the calculations we talked about before. You'll gain 1 talent point. These are the same points we use to
system for leveling? Not super. Like, kind of. Like, I guess the big thing with this system is it allows people to level up way more than other systems. The question is whether or not it would be beneficial. Is it your level when you get to 1000? Yeah, I know, but in this one, every level, the total level is, like, the total XP needed for the next level is your level times 100. The only thing, or the reason why it started at 1000 is because you start off at level 10, which, by the way, is actually a pretty good idea. How y'all doing? I'm doing good. Well, I'm not. I don't feel like too much shit, but I'm not feeling great. But you know, it is what it is. Honestly, it was way worse this morning, so it's fine. But yeah, no, like, I honestly think a lot of tabletop or TTRPGs probably shouldn't start at level 1, in my opinion. Because I think starting at level 1 kind of fucking sucks. Like, the big case for this is D&D. Like, D&D is the prime example of, like, starting at level 1 is kind of fucking lame. Because, like, you only really get things like subclasses and a lot of your interesting shit by, like, level 3. And I think they're changing that now so that pretty much every single subclass is... pretty much every single subclass is level 3 now. I think they're adjusting it because they wanted to, like, make it more unified throughout everything. I believe there was some jokes, though, about how... Or I saw some jokes about how people being like, wait, so what... You're a cleric. What god do you worship? Oh, I don't know. I don't get that until level 3, which... Yeah. Well, okay, not technically, though. Because, like, in theory, you only get your, like, domain... Oh, wait, no, your domain is just based off your god that you worship. Never mind. For a second, I was thinking, wait, but hold on. Don't you just get, like... You're not a cleric of blank. You're, like, a forge cleric of blank. But then I realized, like, things like forge cleric... is, you know, entirely based on what fucking god do you have. You're not gonna be, like, fucking with the god of death and picking up forge, are you? I don't know. God of death and craftsmanship would be pretty cool. Like, making shit out of bones, that could be nice. Pull up some next to the voting system. Do I have to? I cannot be bothered to talk about the election. I mean, what the fuck? It is what it is, I guess, Lamau. I don't know, dude. Like, hopefully nothing happens. That's pretty much it. Is just hopefully nothing happens. Like, what can you do? Jesus Christ, that's a lot of motherfuckers. Really? That was awful. Am I on 0? I'm still on fucking 0, dude. What the fuck? I know I'm, like, getting a bit unlucky, but, like, that's also just fucking awful. Nothing? That was, like, such a freak out. I will say, like, I've heard people talking about how, like, they want the grappling hook to be, like, have a longer duration. I honestly don't think it's super necessary. I feel like with the grapple in Titanfall, like, after you get used to it enough, you do get to the point where you are never really short on it because you're always using it for, like, the minimum amount of time. Why do you call the stream mildly sick gaming? Because I'm mildly sick. Like, literally because I am mildly ill. And I thought it was funny. Alright. God fucking know it. I mean, I couldn't think of another title either. That's like a big part of it. Like, usually my titles are whatever the fuck I can think of at the time. That fucking... Wait, what the... That was weird. Okay. Streaming again? What do you mean? Verge of death, you decided to eat less. Your reps have one less nugget in them. Fuck, he's right. Honestly, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Tomorrow, there's a pretty decent chance. That title. What do you mean? The title... Is the title not Mildly Sick Gaming, or did the YouTube title get fucking broken? Oh my god. I don't like Smart Pistol. And here's the thing. People will fucking cope so hard about... Like, what I've seen is a lot of people talking about how, like... Actually... No, it's good. Thank you. I thought so. But I've seen a lot of people talking about, like, actually, Smart Pistol isn't that bad because what you actually need, all you need to do is kill the person first, and it's actually not that high of a TTK. Use a gun that isn't a fucking SMG. Use a gun that isn't a fucking... How you were talking about drinking with friends? That part was fine. It's just the rest of the week sucks because I've been busy. The drinking with friends part was pretty fun. And then, like, the part where I haven't been able to stream for 4 days straight because I've been working on stuff and then, you know, got sick because I have awful time management. That part was slightly less fun. I can't really get mad about the getting sick part. That's on me. That's on me because the only time I'm ever productive is at, like, fucking 3 a.m. in the morning. So guess how late I've been up most nights. And guess when I haven't... That's been great. But it is what it is. Alright. What I need to do... Lamau same. Great. I love everyone's doing good. I love working at 3 a.m. I wish I didn't have, like, am I fucking crazy? I think I'm fucking crazy because I swear to God my bullets are going through that motherfucker. Actually, I love how we've had that before. Really? I'm gonna just, okay, I'm just gonna, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. What was that? What was that, dude? Like, I've actually had my bullets, like, legitimately go through people before. Probably just because of lag. But I caught it on a fucking video. You're not forced to do it at 3 a.m. It was your choice. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. That's why I can't even be like, oh, it's so fucking unfortunate that I had to do so. I just finished my tax course, spent days working from 10 p.m. to 5. Surprise butt sex. I think that's illegal. I'm pretty sure surprise butt sex isn't allowed. That's got a different name. All right. That's got like a different name, and I think you can't do that anymore. I think that was outlawed like quite a while ago. All right. I genuinely fucking love the, like, when I first got into Titanfall, I really didn't fuck with the grapple. That's my edgy internet my edgy internet culture is, that's just lol random humor. That's literally just lol random humor. I don't know what to tell you. Saying surprise, but that's a lol random humor. But yeah, no. Please, for the love of God, I want anyone who talks about, actually, Smart Pistol isn't overpowered because you can just kill them fast. Use a gun that isn't a fucking SMG. Because I know for a fact the only people who say that use SMGs. Because they're the only gun where that's true. Like, fuck, maybe, just maybe some of the people who say that are using, like, a fucking assault rifle. Like, bro. You stop doing them at 3 a.m. or fix your sleep schedule. Now, here's the thing. That's never fucking happening. Neither of those are ever fucking happening.
Talents before, you'll gain another one every level, and you can take a new talent at any time, given you have enough talent points to acquire it. Finally, we'll get to boost one of our sub-traits by 1 every level. We still have to observe each of our maximums. This means that our engineering, resolve, and memory, and awareness can't be increased.
Yeah, workout subject is kind of in a godsend because I don't have a bed, so I go home, sleep on the floor, go to class, and stay up. My earbud is fine. Rep. I can hear you at 3 a.m. though? Yes, you can. Phil, like, honestly, I'm fortunate for you. Like, that really does suck. It shouldn't be happening anymore. Unless I just say, like, now I shouldn't have to do anything at 3 a.m. I should just be, like, maybe streaming. Maybe streaming. Maybe we just, like, you know, we haven't been able to stream for the past few days. We, like, rebound really hard. We stream for 24 hours. I'm not doing that. I'd actually fucking die.
at all. With that in mind, let's put a point into dexterity, pushing it to 2, making our agility score.
Right, so the thing here is, when you increase your mind or your body score, does it then retroactively increase if it was previously capped by your maximum? Because that's what I'm wondering for some of these. It's like, it said like, oh, for example, you're able to mod pack. Oh, yeah, so we might end up playing on, like doing some modded Minecraft on a server with some of the people I know. Because we've set a, Double has a server that runs, I think right now it's Greg Tech, which is like a 3,000 hour mod pack, which like, we might stream at some point, I don't know when. We're honest, I just realized you fuckers aren't able to see this. It's fine, it didn't miss much. 8,000? Oh, 8,000. Right, okay.
6. Now you'll be a bit more prepared for your next adventure.
How much? Like half a fucking minute. Like not even half a minute, like a few seconds, because I'm like pausing the video every single fucking like 10 seconds because like, okay, realistically, I think you should. I think if you're reacting to a video on stream, you should be pausing it very frequently, because otherwise, like, I just feel like you're not adding anything to the content. That's my actual opinion. Like, unless you are pausing every 10 fucking seconds, like, you're just being a fucking, you're just watching something play out. You're not reacting to it.
This project really has been a part of me for the last 4 years now. What was once a pipe dream is suddenly so close to being something so real, and honestly, I'm a little dumbfounded. If you want to learn more about this game, or even play it for yourself, you can grab a manuscript in the description below. I do mean a fully playable manuscript.
Right, that's the thing. What I'm really curious about, because he didn't go into this here.
You can grab a manuscript in the description below. I do mean
custom items and spells. To craft custom weapon, armors, and artifacts, blah, 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 blah. So, you're able to craft spells. Again, assumption, modularity, because that's the only way this shit is possible. Still curious.
A fully playable manuscript, one that you can print out right now and begin playing. However, it's not published and it's not fully complete yet. It's missing official illustrations, publishing, bindings, and all the good stuff that comes with a real TTRPG. I'll be asking for your support in making this happen. Upon release of this video, I'll have a Kickstarter up for only 30 days with a $5,000 goal. This will be enough to cover professional editing, setting up distribution, ordering a starting inventory of hardback copies, and paying for its full illustration. This campaign will allow you to pre-order a copy for yourself, as well as get your name in the final copy. Yeah. I'm so happy to see you here at the end of this video, and I would really love for you to take a look. Even if you can't support it financially, please consider sharing this with a friend that may be interested. If you have questions,
I'm doing my part. I am sharing it right now.
For me directly, I'm very active in the Discord in the description below and love answering any questions you may have about Utopia. And of course, thanks.
Right. Immediately into fucking this bullshit. Right. Anyway. So, do we, what's the thing? Yeah, so I'm still curious how the goal works, because this was a 5,000 goal. This one was only a 38,000 goal. I don't really know how this works. Like, I have no idea how this part works. I'm not gonna lie. Are they the same video?
Infinite possibilities, where your imagination knows no bounds. Welcome to Utopia. Utopia offers the ultimate role-playing experience where you're not limited by rules or levels. Your journey begins, but where it goes is up to you. Level up without.
Yeah, that is human. I'm assuming that's human because they're breathing. I could be wrong. It's very interesting. Right. View on Dropbox. Okay, let's do this so I don't dox myself. Because yes, I am so glad I did that, because that literally would have doxed me. Awesome. Thank you very much, Kitsu, for thinking about things. Modpack wiki? Oh god. Right. Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel comfortable, like, sharing this on stream when there is a risk of it doxing me? Well, it's like, what's the risk? What's the risk, really? Oh, wait, I can just do it in the incognito tab, and therefore it won't happen. Never mind. because then it won't be signed in. Why am I fucking... I'm so smart. I'm so fucking smart. It's crazy how fucking unbelievably intelligent I am. Like, it's actually fucking impressive in a way. Do it. That's what I'm doing. I'm so fucking, like... It's crazy how I might be the smartest person on the fucking planet. Right, I need to... Is that the right one? Yes, it is. Cool. Take your money you don't have? Wait, what's... What? Right, okay, so we know how all of this works. Playing the game. Specialist talents. Oh, God. Where's the spell forge? Spells. Page 90. Oh, fucking Christ. That should be roughly page 90. Yeah. Okay, so... How does this work? There's unseen force called mana that collects and flows in organic ways. Casting requirements. 3 turn actions to cast as well as an amount of stamina predetermined. But there we go. That's why I assumed that... Well, that's the reason why I docked yourself, it'll be funny. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. Like, there is some stuff I'll do for the bet. I don't think I'm not currently planning on doxing myself for the bet. Like, maybe we, like, get a few more years in. Maybe once I'm, like, completely dead inside or something. You know, maybe, like, after I've joined Niji Sanji and I'm just fucking, like, a hollow husk of what I've been. Or what I once was. Like, then sure, maybe you just say, fuck it, we ball. I get doxed, like, I get a stalker and they break into my house. That did actually happen to a VTuber. It's kind of fucking weird. That's not even a meme. Like, it literally happened recently where I think it was like in the past few days, where a VTuber called Camilla had someone give her a gift that had like a tracker in it, and then they fucking broke into their house. Doxing. That's not even, like, this isn't even a meme or anything. It just fucking happened. Which, like... What's the fuck? Like, what do you... Did they stream their panties? No, the person was just being a fucking creep. I don't really know why they even did it, because, like, doxing, yay, doxing. Fucking Christ. Yeah. And then people are surprised when people want to be, like, VTubers and be very anonymous and don't want to fucking interact with their fans in person. People are surprised when that happens. Fun fact, I'm never opening up a fucking, like, fan mail for this exact reason. Well, this reason also because, like, 100% someone just puts, like, fucking anthrax on it and I'm dead. 100% someone tries to kill me. Like, I just would be willing to bet such a thing would occur. We don't want to interact with you too? Good. That's actually how I want it. Unironically, the way that I want my, like, streaming fucking interactions to be is literally, like, people interact with Kitsunada on stream and then they never fucking talk they never talk to me, they never know about me. I'm just completely, like, Kitsunada, yeah, go ahead. Say you can be weird about Kitsunada the character. Leave me the fuck alone. I want to be, like, complete separation from, like, IRL and online. That's, like, my ideal thing. Because I think, genuinely, that is the only way this shit is, like, that's, like, the healthiest way to do this. Babe, and... that would have been so fine if it was just, like, a beep and babe. Check your letterbox tomorrow. My brother in Christ, we share the same... Fucking double hat sending a pipe bomb to his own mailbox because I also live there. Like, what are you doing? Kitsu, have you ever thought of hitting a fucking shot in your life? You ever thought of not missing someone when they're right in fucking front of you? I don't know, just wondering. Just wondering if you ever, like, consider that fucking option. Did, like, one grunt survive? They did. But yeah, no, I want to have a look at the exact way that spellcrafting works. My assumption is, like, I'm half expecting to just see the Ars Nouveau system, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am half expecting to just see Ars Nouveau pop up, where it's just like, yeah, here's, like, a bunch of different runes that you can combine into a spell. Like, and honestly, I'd be fine with this. Because the big thing with what I would do in a TTRPG is, And like the big benefit of TTRPG is there's a DM there to make it a bit more flexible if they want. Like if you're thinking that something really is just like annoying or whatever, DM can just be like, okay, what if we fucking did some crazy fucking thing where we ignore the rules that are shit? I don't know. This is one thing I find very funny because you'll see that occasionally when people like sort of say that D&D is a shit system. One thing you'll see pretty commonly is people being like, well, actually, if you don't like the rules, you just don't have to follow them. Which, like, is obviously fucking stupid when you're criticizing a system. You say D&D is a shit system. Yes. I'm talking about the response to people saying that. And the response says, it's not universal, and most people understand that this is a fucking stupid answer. But yeah, no, when it comes to you bringing up like criticisms of the system and the response is, well, then just don't use that part. The rules say you don't have to. It's like, it's really fucking dumb. It's really fucking dumb, bro. Independent of the context, you are always wrong, I see. Double, at some point, I'm gonna get you and the dwarf to play Pathfinder. You guys are gonna fucking love it because it's actually just such a better system. Like, I don't know, there's something crazy about like actually playing a game that has rules. That's kind of wild, I'm not gonna lie. That's the really funny part about D&D is like, and that's my biggest problem with it, is D&D is very light. I'm gonna need you to GM, I have no idea how. That's the fun part. It's so much fucking easier for the GM. Like, unironically, Pathfinder overall is actually almost easier to GM because it's a lot more cases of you can just look up the rules. In Dungeons and Dragons, there's a lot more like, I'm gonna call it fuzziness. There are a lot more systems, or there are a lot more situations where the rules are slightly unclear, or incredibly commonly, the rules are just, I don't know, the DM makes it up. I don't know, the DM fucking does, I don't know, what do you, oh, rules? Well, the DM's the DM, they can make all the rules. Yeah, you did pay fucking however, well, I didn't pay for a D&D book. I haven't paid for a single fucking book, y'all know I wouldn't pay for that shit. But it's like, yeah, you know, fucking, the DM makes it up. That's all you need to know. The DM comes up with that. Oh, what, you don't like the rules? Well, that's fine. DM can change it. It's like a really fucking annoying thing of like half of D&D's rules boil down to, I don't know, DM comes up with something. And like, I think it's genuinely a thing of part of the reason why people say that D&D is like such a easy game to play is because half of the time they're not playing it. Like half of the time, instead of playing D&D, like they're just playing their character and they're getting the DM to play D&D for them. You know, like the rules blame the DM. Oh yeah, 100%. People do that as well. Like they're just, because I've seen in like a bunch of people who like play in the game, it's like a thing of people who have played for like multiple years and they still are just like asking the DM on like questions about rules and stuff, like way too frequently. Like especially stuff that's like really fucking basic in a way. It's a thing of like, I don't know, this, it feels like the entire system of D&D has like the DM as Atlas holding up the entire world just so it can even have a chance of running. Whereas with Pathfinder, it feels like something where it can actually just run. I don't like to stream my blade my roommate. Damn, crazy how they're the same person. That's like one of those fucking, to be fair, that is like a manga. Is this the famous I'm not famous. Okay, I'm just gonna, you know what, I changed my mind, I'm just gonna kill him. I can't make that joke on Twitch. I don't know, like, okay. I make kill yourself jokes a lot. Because I think part of the reason why I make them so often is because to me, they're like very outlandish, because the idea of killing yourself isn't really something I do. I need to not do that. I really need to stop making those jokes because one, they're bannable, and two, I mean, they're kind of, they're not exactly like, they're bad. There's like scientific proof that it like has negative effects on people's mental health and shit. And like, yeah. The infamous also means famous. It's like flammable, inflammable. Don't worry, you're not relevant enough. That's true. By the way, flammable and inflammable drives me fucking insane. Because fun fact, flammable and inflammable both mean that something can be set on fire. It's fucking, that shouldn't be the case. But yeah, famous and infamous basically just means the, like, infamous is famous but for bad reasons, basically. You're still famous though. You'd think it would be not famous, but no, it's not what that means. Don't you love the English language? It's fucking stupid. Honestly, you know what? The English language kind of reminds me of D&D. That's not even a meme. The English language reminds me of D&D in a little bit. In a little way. Yeah, like, I would genuinely just love for the opposite of famous, it's perfect bully victim. What? There's either a joke there or I'm just fucking... Either there's a joke there or you're just not funny. And honestly, I'm betting on you just not being funny. I know you well enough to say that. Like, that's probably... Oh my fucking god, dude. I didn't even get highest... That was trash. That was fucking... I know that, like, I wasn't using Titans, but, like, goddamn. Do the same with you? I'm sure. G14mm. What? Right, time to be autistic. Let's look at a random TTRPG system. Okay. All spells require 3 actions to cast. Yeah, okay. So this is what I assumed with the whole, like, mind is a part of stamina. It's because spells require stamina to cast. When like G80 and Wingman? Yeah, so G80 in pilot level and G80 in gun level, very different. Just observe a maximum called a spell cap. Innate is equal to your resolve score. Maximum amount your stamina you may spend on a single spell. For instance, without discounts, you can have a you cannot spend a spell that costs 8 or more stamina. All right, when did you stop? No, we're amping it up a bit here. Spells are discounted spells. Stamina cost. The discount is calculated before observing the spell. Okay, so if you can find a way of like coming up with a ton of discounts, you can cast some broken shit. Any spell can be cast through 1 meter of solid mediums. May force the spell's origin to travel up to 1 meter through the floor, through their weapon, through a wall, or a combination of all, before the spell activates. Huh. Wait, that's actually interesting. Because I'm just thinking then, if you just have like a giant fucking AoE explosion, hand on wall, spell travel through wall, boom from car. Okay, that's kind of sick. Without the Archer Array, this is the maximum range of a spell. The spell's effects always spawn from the caster's spell origin, ends up after casting. Okay, so there's already a thing that you can use to increase the range. Got it. That have been pre-built for any situations, easy to grab when the right time is right, although what they're giving you, they're less efficient. Okay, good. So there's actually a reason to craft your own spells as well. For more experience, customized spells are a much better match. Every spell is tailored to a situation. By the way, you guys thought that like playing with wizards was already bad? You thought like a wizard looking through their spellbook was already fucking bad? Now they're not just looking through their spellbook, they're literally crafting the spell from scratch. Have fun like wizard turns lasting 10 fucking years. God, I love this. Yeah, every custom spell will be tailored to... This can be done on the fly and with any number of characteristics, changing the spell's range, lifespan, effects, and multitude of other things. Detail a number while learning how the system works. It's recommended to start modifying existing spells. Combat spells, most okay, but like, how do we modify? Okay, let's read some of these first. Let's get a better understanding of the whole system. So, for example, combat spells. Most primitive, perhaps the most commonly used. Elemental Bolt, Evocation Array, Media, range 10 meters. So... How does this work then? What is X? 3 times... Wait, so 3x stamina. So like Energize, for example, deals XD8. What does X mean here? Controlling one output is difficult though, much like the map. Okay. 4x stamina. What does the X mean here? Does it say anywhere? Yeah, it said, okay, so number of stamina to consume the spell. You'd think, but then it would just be, because it says here like 3x plus 4 stamina. So are you able to determine this? Is this a thing of you're able to choose how much? I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm guessing it's a thing of you're able to, like, it's 3x stamina. What is that? Is that supposed to be 3 times x, or? I'm guessing so. I'm guessing what it is, for example, here, if you use 2 stamina, or if you use 2x, so you do 2d8 of energy damage, it will then cost 6 stamina to cast. Here, for example, if you do 2, it's going to be costing 10 stamina, and in exchange you'll be doing 2d8 of the chosen damage type. Okay, interesting. Oh fuck, we're doing, okay, live fire. Fuck, dude, jumping into live fire. I don't know, maybe we read something wrong? I don't think so. As far as I can tell, that is the amount you're able to choose X here. It doesn't say. Like, as far as I can tell, X, because it says on both, is just going to be a thing of like how much you can do. Because like, if I'm thinking about it through the numbers there, you're able to regenerate 6 stamina per turn. So like, the way I'm hearing it is, okay, holy shit, my entire team is already dead. What the fuck happened? Like, what the actual fuck happened? How did they all die there? Like, I'm gonna get through so many people here now. That's not gonna happen. Are they gonna run or? Okay, but yeah, I could be going, I think. So yeah. What the fuck? One person killed all 8? What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Okay, I need to see like a replay of this. What's going on? Okay, I've already had 2 people leave the game. Do we just peace out? Yeah, unfortunately, this is SMG using. Honestly, do we just... What time is that? Okay, it's kind of late. If in doubt, it's your fault. Yeah, sure. Well, this is also my fault then. So, I don't care about this anymore, to be honest, because I'm more interested in this. I'm just going to change the just chatting because I don't know what else to fucking call it. This goes away now. Is it this one? Yeah. Cool. Let's go. 3 actions to cast as well as a much stamina predetermined. Okay, so for example, fireball. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so yes. So for example, here it is just 3 stamina. Got it. Like mage shield, I guess like one mage armor sort of thing. Like silent steps, 2 points of favor on test remaining conspicuous for the duration of the spell. Duration concentration. Interesting. So you just have to concentrate, but there's no limit. I like the artwork. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to assume here that the fucking something X, you're able to pick that X and it's multiplied by the number. So in this case, if you just do 1, it'll do 1d4 psychic damage and will cost 4 stamina. That makes sense. And then, yeah, the rules on stamina... Can I... Right, let's do... Let's on another copy of it to look for different rules. Now, stamina... Can I not search through the PDF? The fuck? Really? Really? Okay. Fuck it. What would it even be? Advanced rules, individual artifacts, tailored incantations, weird. Right, where the fuck would stamina be? Also, can I zoom out on this a bit? I can. Do like 150. Bit better. Creating a character, species, yada yada yada, updating stats. Yep, this is the thing. Stamina 6 here. Does it actually say what stamina is here? You may spend 1 action and up to 4 to regain the amount of stamina equal to double the amount of HP spent. That's interesting. So if you're a cyborg, you're able to consume your own fucking like health to regain stamina. That's kind of sick, actually. That's kind of fucking sick, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that's awesome. Oxters. So they're like flower people? Okay, cool. What are the races, actually? No, we'll look at that later. 9 point. I want to find the fucking stamina. Okay, is it like all the way down to 80 before we're done with the characters? I guess so. I should have just stayed in the same place. There's fatigue or stamina. Right, stamina or overpay. If a creature will pay more stamina than has available, 2 effects will trigger. Will be paid with DHP instead. Oh, that's cool. So you're able to like fucking literally you're able to burn through so much of your energy that it literally fucking hurts you. That's always awesome. That's always systems I think people find really fucking cool. Resting, blah, 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 unconscious, focus, concentration, augmentation, standard days, assist, hold action, grapple, and 2 stamina. Cool. Where is stamina recovery? Does it say it within this book or not? The deep breath. Oh, you actually have to spend. Oh, I thought you passively regain stamina. No. You have to spend 1 turn to regain 1 stamina. Oh, that's actually pretty brutal then. Because I was thinking it was like a passive stamina regain of 6 per turn. No, that's like. Okay. So. This is like I do think this is a better way of doing things in spell slots, since I think it allows for like a lot more flexibility. But fuck, you really will want to have like a high amount of stamina here. Okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of cool. So is that the last race? Yeah, these are the specialist talents. Actually, I'm kind of curious about that. Right, spells for now. So how does the... these are different spells. Yeah, 41 stamina, you summon dealing 48 energy to all targets in a... within 90-degree cone extending 3 meters from the caster. Okay, cool. So that's the thing of like... that's 41 stamina for 48 energy. So if I'm looking at the numbers earlier, like, for example, Elemental Bolt... yeah, no, it's about roughly the same. So yeah, it is. X is you pick how much stamina you want to burn through it, or you pick how much of that you want to burn through. I don't know. I still think the idea of like being able to fucking bottom out your stamina and then like push even further beyond but take damage, that's fucking awesome. That's one of the things that's always cool. Given the slot, choice of energy, heat, or chill. Okay, cool. Utility spells, cleanse, hold up to a kilogram. Okay, so yeah, this is like some fucking... this is like fucking... these 3 are like prestidigitation. Telekinesis. Your mind wraps... given it weighs more than 100 kilograms, you can move anywhere within 10 meters of its starting location based on 1 action or 1 turn or 1 interrupt action that changes pathing during the spell's duration. You can just... wait. So in theory, you can just pick up a... yeah, it does say you can pick up a person. Cool, that's awesome. Character evolve, disguise self. Yep, cool. Debilitation spells. Cool. When do we get to the customization aspects of it? Animation. Do we get to the customization aspects of it? recommended to start by modifying existing spells. Right, but like how? Does it actually say how you're supposed to be modifying these? I want to go to the beginning. God, it's lagging quite a bit when we're trying to move through this. Tailored incantations. I'm guessing it's there, so that's like pretty far at the bottom. Makes sense. What is this shit? I don't know what this says. So okay, this should be where the spell crafting is, I think. Let's find out. Oh my fucking god, there's a lot. Right, tailored incantations is an ancient form that has been used in combat. Many casters design and constructed spells. Since the discovery, the use of mana to carve, blah blah blah. Spellcraft was founded by ancient dwarves. Spell is a whole book in reality. Time of ancient dwarves were only 4 arcane arts. Then they made more. Arts have not been honed. Okay. In their base form, a spell requires 3 turn actions and an amount of stamina based on what effect it has. This chapter will further detail what features may be added to a spell and what respective arcane art is required to be able to cast it. Every effect consists of PP. Upon a final design, the spell costs an amount of stamina equal to the amount of PP divided by 10 rounded up. Okay. All spell features may be added multiple times, adding PP cost upon every addition of your feature. 3 stacks of energy feature, destruction feature, and evocation. The feature would have 75 PP, spell will cost 8 stamina as well. Any creature that knows the art of evocation may be able to cast it. So how do you know which art you can cast? Does that actually say? Cambions. Probably in Magecraft at 60. Let's have a look. Fuck, there's a lot of scrolling here. Right, Magecraft. You can cast that require evocation. You can cast and cross spells that require Art of Enchantment, Art of Illusion, Divination, Necromancy, Alteration. Got it. Okay, so you just discover how you can craft these when you level up Magecraft. Tell me, okay, so yep, spell Magecraft at any point in the caster is limited purely off imagination. There is no difference in cost either way. The More and the Wake. The More is generally the same concept for every spell. Wakes vary greatly. Do not have an infinitely small wake or one that's rather. The More is the harder the spell. Every spell must have one. In literal terms, where the ether is pierced. If a spell only affects that means the More is inside that entity. When a single target spell has a linger effect, the creature leaves a spell follow the target entity. It's not true if the spell is awake. Okay. Signatures. Some are able to read the signature and deduce pattern information. Got it. Only spells utilizing have awake. This is the area of effect that More can take advantage of when casting spells. This is the ripple caused by the panic rate. Got it. Evocation, create actual matter. The ability to produce Magimatter can be summoned by the kilogram. Summon Magimatter 5x PP. PP. So, enchantment. Right, so enchantment then. And then illusion. Sensory enhancements. Chooses one of the following. Effective creature gains a heightened sense of vision. Effective creature gains a. Okay, one of the things get heightened. Gain a foot and pay, yeah. Effective creature gains blindness, deafness, or loses all capability in another sense of the choice. Cool. That could be, okay, unironically, being able to like make it so somebody can't taste what they're eating or like smell what they're about to eat could be really useful for poisoning someone. Since the override is modified for all effective creatures for the spell's duration. Might modify the sense in a way that's not outright obscure, given they can vividly imagine. So yeah, like, again, poisoning. If you want, just be like, damn, this food tastes so good. Damn, this food is incredible. And it costs 75 PP, meaning that'd be divided by 10, meaning it would be 8 stamina to do so. Okay. Create small limit. How long does it last for? Does it say? Make a... Upon casting and at the beginning, it ends all effects. Okay, so... More contest against the caster upon casting and at the beginning of each turn. Got it. Imagery, it's a powerful tool. Right, okay, so I get it. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. That's a pretty cool way of doing things. So what you can do is ship... I believe it said you can do it as many times as you want, right? So, wait, what did it say about the fucking Art of Array and shit? Did I miss it? Magic Matter, Destruction, Instant Elemental. Are dealt an additional... Upon casting, effective creatures and objects are dealt an additional 1d4 damage. Cool, Lingering Energy. Effective creatures are dealt 1d4 energy damage. Okay, so that's for the duration of the spell. Lingering Thermal upon casting. Cool. But, like, how do we determine... One, the caster produces material refinement or power component made out of pure elemental matter. One or more casters does not need to be able to craft the item normally upon being dispelled. Okay. How do we determine spell durations and stuff? Does it say? Did I miss it? Okay, I must have... Maybe I missed that. I want to scroll to the bottom of this to see about, like, things that involves, like, durations and stuff. Okay, no, I don't know, like, it has that. We added to the prototype, but typed out in a similar fashion. We went to... Okay, cool. Okay, I'm curious about the duration of things then. Mend. Upon casting at the beginning... Yeah, duration of spells. Where is spell duration done then? Does it say? Am I fucking blind? Right. Spells require what may be added to a spell and what to be able to cast it. Every effect consists of... Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, making shit last then. If this is talking about, like, for example, elements that imbue become imbued dealing additional damage on its next attack. This is, like, for the duration, right? That expels upon his next attack, never mind. Okay, so... And at the beginning of each turn for the duration of the spell. Yeah, what is spell duration? Like, that's the important thing here, is, like, how long is a spell's duration then if it lasts for the duration of the spell? Does it say anywhere? Is it, like, based off of the original spells? All this stuff. Alright, let's go down to page 80 here. We might have overshot a bit. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, spells. Where is duration? Discount is valid my cost. Without the Art of Array. Where is the fucking Art of Array? The issue is, I can't just fucking search this shit up. Because if I could just search this shit up, it would probably be a lot easier, but I'm guessing it's not listed anywhere. I don't know where the fucking Arts of Array is then. Alright. Fuck. I'm gonna look at this later. Because I'm really I'm tired as shit and I want to go to sleep. I'm not gonna lie, like, the reason why we stopped playing Titanfall partially because I wanted to look at this. And also because I want to go to sleep now. I am done. Thank you for putting up with me. If you did enjoy the stream, please consider following. If you didn't, follow anyway, and I will see you next time. Bye. Yeah, next time I'm probably going to be less fucking dead because hopefully I will not still be sick. Either way.